Transforming Every List Item Part 2. And we just finished experimenting with this map block. And this map block is considered a higher order function, and from last video we talked about how the higher order function is a function that takes a function as input. Alright, so if you take a look inside the code, there's a lot of stuff in there that calls for local variables, and it calls for a function. Okay, so that's what that looks like on the inside, but here on the outside all you would need to do is that it takes two inputs, one a function, so that's it could be a reporter with a blank input slot, and then a list, and it reports a new list in each item as the result of calling the function with an item from the original list. So what that meant, so when we did join and we kept this first part blank and then we add an S, this would add an S at the end of every sentence. Now if we added at the beginning, so this would say rebounce, rejoin, and reclear. I'm not even sure if rebounce is a word, but that's what it would do. Okay, so you choose the function that describes the result for one input item, and then map. So map would then apply that function to each item that's in the list and report that list of value. And so like keep and combine, map is a higher order, and the function mapped over the list always has a blank input slot. And so that's where the list item would go for each function performed. And so in this picture, we have this picture shows that the three higher order functions could be used. All right, so we have map, and in this case we have map shade figure over list. So we have this list of figures, and map would just add in a shade for each item in the list. Now the keep function would say, well, we just want maybe the straight edges, right? So then the keep function, it would say, all right, does this have straight edges? Great, then we're going to keep it. The star has all straight edges, and we're going to keep it. This oval does not have a straight edge, so we're not going to keep it. And this one has straight edges, so then it keeps it. And then this one has rounded edges or rounded corners, and so it won't keep it. And then the combine, what the combine would do is take all the shapes and draw them on top of each other. And so that's what that does. Now what you're going to do is use map and combine together to build an initials name. So we will create a block that says, so make a block, and this will be another reporter block, and it'll be initials from name. And then to save time, I would just write %name. And what we want it to report is a combination, so we'll use combine. And we'll use map. And we'll look at the first letter. So we will look at letter 1 of the name. Did we forget to do this? No. So where's letter? Here it is. So letter 1. So map the first letter of the empty over, and then we're going to split name by word. So this is going to take a look at the first letter of the whatever it is that we're looking for, and so we're going to take the first name and the last name, we're going to split them into two words, and now then we're going to join whatever it is that we just picked. Okay, So that would be the initials from name. And so let's pick initials from name, and we want name from contact. And we will do item 1 of contact list. So let's find item 1 of contact list. So before we do that, let's see. We have to add, so let's add a contact name. So we will add Martin Luther King Jr. And I believe was it Alabama? Oh, this is bad. I don't know. Not sure. And Martin Luther King Jr. was born on April 4th. Whoops. April 4, 1968. Uh-oh, I think I just put that in wrong. Okay, so 4, then 1968. All right, so I didn't read the question very well, so then now that got messed up. So, and so then we'll look for Martin Luther King, and it'll give us information. So now going back to our find, so it recognizes that there's Martin Luther King Jr. as 4 different words, and so what will come back to us are 4 initials.